Overriding or redefinition is when a method is defined in a superclass and the same exact method is also defined in a subclass. It must have the exact same name and parameters as in the superclass and will be called instead of the superclass method when referenced through a subclass object. In the display example, the objects of the subclass now have two methods with the same name and parameters, one inherited from the superclass and one from the subclass. When the method display is called, it will use the one that is most specific, or the one that is in the subclass over the one in the superclass. While the static variable type was post, the dynamic or runtime variable was message post or photo post. The display method is in both of these classes with the same parameters, but outputs the information differently depending on type. The compiler is satisfied because the method is found in the static type post, but at runtime it chooses the method found in the dynamic type. This is referred to as dynamic method lookup. Dynamic method lookup allows programmers to override methods as needed, but to also have a fallback if the superclass method is adequate. If a method is called from an object and there is no method of that name within that class, then the superclass will be searched for the method. Once the method is found, that is the one that will be used. So the lower on the inheritance hierarchy the method is, the more likely it will be the one chosen. While this is working as intended, there can sometimes be surprising results if there happens to be an identical method that is overlooked in the hierarchy. One of the key reasons all objects inherit from the object class is to ensure that all subclasses have a basic common functionality, which allows for ease of use with new programmers. Overriding and dynamic method lookup allow advanced programmers to add better features and customizations without having to come up with new method names and restructure every new class they create. Sometimes a programmer may want to use a superclass method within an object where you had overridden the method. If you wish to call the superclass's method, then you simply need to put super in front of the method name. In our display example, if we wanted to call the display method from the post class, we would write it as this. And at runtime, Java would know which one to use.